Hello and welcome back to Bug Realms. Danielle's not in this footage because after messing up the last video, I kicked her out. No, I'm only joking, she's actually just sat over there. Anyway, so in this video we're going to be rehousing our Trapdoor Spider. Spider? I might just keep that in there. So in this video we're going to be rehousing our Trapdoor Spider, which is just in the corner here. So what I've done, I've actually set up a little critter keeper. The pot that I was going to put it in, I don't think I could get the substrate quite deep enough. So by having it in this one, I could fill it pretty deep so it can have its room to burrow. And I put a bit of the sphagnum moss on the top because I was advised by the gentleman who sold it to me that it aids in them building their actual door. So, let's get started. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing this rehousing just because I'm not quite sure how it's going to react. I'm not actually afraid of the spider as such, but you know, in those moments where you see something, I don't know, run across the path or a bird flies in your face and you get spooked all of a sudden, that was my only concern. So as you can see, it's just on the edge there, and I'm going to try and start off seeing if I can gently coax it out. So I'm going to try and remove some of this first. Oh, it's actually quite well hung on to a piece of moss. I might be able to move it in one. Easy. So there we have it. It just clung onto the moss as I moved it in. Nice and easy transfer. So what I'm going to do, guys, now is leave it be. We'll come and check on it again in a few days and we'll see if it's started making its burrow and its trapdoor. I had to get a last bit of footage of the abdomen there, just because once it does go in, guys, we're probably never going to see it again, at least from this angle. So guys, it's now been 5 days since the Trapdoor Spider's been put into his enclosure, and I've got something very cool to show you. Let me pop the light on, and as you can see, he's actually started to create his burrow. So this is the kind of footage that I don't actually get to see very often. I mean, I've seen trapdoors come out of their burrow to snatch their prey, and I've seen trapdoors sort of like finding the point of where they want to make their burrow. If I zoom in there. So what he's actually provided for us though is this perfect viewing window where he's removed the moss from the very top and he's chose the very centre of the enclosure to actually create that burrow. Now he's actually burrowed down slightly diagonally, and you can see that sort of thick layer of webbing going around the top there and the walls of his burrow. And I'm guessing what will happen next is he'll finish creating his home underground, and then he should be working on the trapdoor itself. So I'm going to come back to him again every day and have a check on him, and we'll see if there's any more progress. So guys, it's now been just over a week, and as you can see, it's fully sealed now. There's no entranceway into the burrow, so the door has been made. We've got a red runner roach in here. This roach has been in here for about 3 days, and he hasn't taken it down yet, but I did actually give him a quick feed before the burrow was completely full. I didn't catch it on camera because I actually dropped a superworm in and it fell straight down the hole where he could grab it, and I couldn't get any footage of that. But as you can see, if we move on down, you won't be able to see very well, but you see this little hole here? This is actually where he's sitting, and he's built his burrow sort of diagonally this way and then back on itself this way. Now I don't know, because he's sitting at the bottom there, whether I didn't give him enough substrate. I am quite concerned about that. It's actually, the substrate's gone down from when I first put it in. I think because it was more moist, it was more fluffy, and it was coming up to around here, and then it's kind of settled and shrunk a little, and I didn't take that into consideration, so that's a mistake on my part. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, and if it fails, then it's going to be sadly a lesson learned. But it did take that original prey, and hopefully at some stage, in a few more days maybe, it will take the roach. So I'm sorry I couldn't get some awesome feeding footage for you today, guys, but perhaps we'll get some in the future. So I'll let you know how it goes, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.